Oh, I should have started out. Did you at least say konnichiwa?
I did
When
not.
why?
No, I don't want to assume. Are you dual lingo?
No, no, Nihongo, no, my Japanese is terrible.
So you're able to function in Japan
Oh,
without...
yeah, I have enough to, catch a cab and ask how much something costs at the supermarket. But I've tried so many times and my brain just doesn't remember.
Doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't retain it.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
And I'm not, my cat speaks English, my husband's English, so his English is very good. So yeah, I just live in an English environment. All my friends here speak English.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, right on.
Yeah.
It works.
Well,
It totally works.
let's not wait for the peanut gallery.
I know.
Should we get started?
Yeah, I think we should get started.
That way we respect her time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's got lots of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like go work out in the rice paddies and
Mm-hmm.
fend off Godzilla.
That's right.
And,
Okay.
No. Not,
That's a little racist.
That's
Yeah.
offensive.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
That was a bad joke. I
Yeah,
know.
well.
Sorry. Donna, are you ready?
I do garden though, so I don't garden rice, but I do garden. So you're close there.
Okay.
We'll keep it in an hour. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
For that.
And let me hit start. Folks, welcome back to Toasting the Business. Lynn, hot damn, it's great to see you back in the studio.
It feels so good to be back after 2 Wednesdays. So like 3 weeks it's been since I've seen you last. Yeah.
It's like that thing that the guy from Popeye, I'll pay you for a burger on
next Tuesday for 5 burgers or
on
whatever.
Friday
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that. I slaughtered it, and olive oil is probably rolling over in a grave. But anyway, happy to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I tell you what, we got a nice little cocktail here, don't we?
A dark and stormy.
Dark and
Even though
stormy.
it's not dark and stormy here today, it's beautiful.
Thank goodness, not like
But
Monday morning.
oh my God, Monday morning was Armageddon.
But yeah, we were out there, and it was like dark and stormy. It reminded me of this thing. I said, Megan, have you ever heard this little joke? Tommy had heard of it, and they're going to come and sit and listen in a minute. But I said, it was a dark and stormy night, and all the children were huddled around the campfire.
Uh-huh.
And they turned to the campfire later, and they said, "Tell us this scary story." And he said, "Oh, I've got one for you."
Yeah.
It was a dark and stormy night in Oahu. So that was horrible.
That's
horrible.
horrible.
It's bad.
That is bad.
It's
Yeah.
not as bad, but we're getting towards spring, summertime. So we're going to hear all those other. I don't know if the kids know the camp songs like "Great Green Globs of Greasy Granny Gopher."
Oh wow, that's a flashback.
Remember
Okay,
that?
yeah,
I don't know.
that's a flashback.
They lost it. Now they just want to be on their
On their
phones,
phones.
even at camp. I started a fire.
Kind of like
My-
you were when I got here. Get inside and play the game. I can't stop.
Leave me alone right
Leave me alone.
now.
I'm on my phone.
That was it.
Excuse me.
Just killing a couple minutes.
Mhm.
But anyway, you know what? You might want to be a professional gamer, or you might want to be a video game programmer or something. And you know what you do?
What?
You go to getperspective.com.
Oh, is that our sponsor?
That's our sponsor.
Ah, yes. And learn about other careers or career possibilities.
It's right there. Kids, adults, anybody, you might be stuck. You never know what you want. And this might kickstart you into your lifelong dream that you're
I know.
passionate
That's a
about.
good point.
It could be a thing. So if you are thinking about, hey, I want a new career, your kids are going, I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. I want to do this. Go check out getperspective.com, and the business is called Perspective without an E. And, you might find something that'll
Explore the possibilities.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Explore the possibilities.
So it'll be in the show notes, and there is a lifetime discount code in there as well that Megan has graciously given us, our listeners, to use.
Okay. Nice. That's very generous of her.
You good with that?
Mm-hmm. I'm
You
good
ready
with
to
that.
roll on?
I'm ready to roll on.
We got one hell of a guest today,
I think we do.
and there's a lot of
No,
stuff.
I know we do.
I know.
Just based on a little bit that I like let myself see.
I didn't want to go too much into researching Donna because I want her to tell us firsthand. But what caught me was a couple of things. One, she's one hell of a singer. Her voice is amazing. But like her focus on what she sings is really cool.
Mhm.
And then also in her snippet of what she does, she's got something about a toilet
I saw that.
I don't
Caught
know.
my attention.
I don't know.
I know.
But
Like,
we got
"Nah,
I'm like, I
you
don't
must
want to know.
know.
I want to hear this fresh toilet story.
I like potty jokes, so yeah, let's go.
You do. So we've got Donna Burke on. Donna, welcome to the show, all the way from Tokyo, right?
Yeah. Thanks for having me. That's what a great welcome. The toilet lady. Yeah. Tokyo toilet lady.
I could have came up with a
Ah.
shittier introduction, but I decided not to.
Yeah, I mean,
shittier
you can't-
introduction.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm actually known here as the train lady, so I'm trying to just change it up with a different T, and now I'll be known as the toilet lady.
So I looked at that and I kind of went into the video a little bit. And so when you get on the trains in Japan,
When I get
It's-
on the bullet train,
the bullet train.
the most famous bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka to Kyoto to Hiroshima, down all the way down there. Yeah, I never shut up. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shinkansen. This is a Nozomi Super Express bound to Shin Osaka Terminal. I don't talk like this in real life, so no one's ever stopped me and said, you sound like the train lady, because it's a totally fake voice, but yeah.
So how do you land a job like that?
I want to know.
So-
I auditioned back in 2002. So now this year's my last year was my 20th anniversary. So I've millions and billions of people have heard me. So I auditioned and they wanted someone who could mimic perfectly the woman who did it before. So, you know, childhood making fun of my teachers, check. And you had to live long term in Japan, and I loved living in Japan, check. So, and put up with the cigarette smoke because they're all smoking in the studio back then, and pretend be a brilliant actress and not be like, oh my God, you guys, just be like, sure, I'll do it again, sure, and then get out of there like an absolutely like massage, get a 90-minute massage every night. So being a brilliant actress when people are being super annoying and like, sure, I'll do it again. Yeah, that's how I've got it and kept it.
Maintain your dignity, maintain composure,
Right.
and
Take a deep
allow
breath.
shit to happen and just roll with it.
What's
you-
that from, Darren?
That's Darren's rules to live by.
You need to make a T-shirt with that. That's yeah.
I
Actually,
know.
maintain your dignity. That's all you need to just maintain your dignity. Yeah.
That's a fine line for all of us, right? It's like, what's the fine line between maintaining my dignity and absolutely losing my shit and being an embarrassment? It's a daily. It's a really fine line.
But and you're a professional singer,
That's right.
and there's so many places that we could just like go right now. Like if you see my fingers, like here's all the directions we could go with the next question.
But wait, I gotta know, and this is just me. So you're the train lady in English. You say the announcements in English.
Yeah.
Do you also do it in Japanese, or no? You're just the English.
No,
part?
they have a person who's really good at Japanese, who's actually from Japan, funnily enough, to do
Makes sense.
that. Yeah. So my Japanese is so rubbish, and I used to be so ashamed of it, but now I'm just like, other people are rubbish at things. I'm just rubbish at Japanese, and that's fine. And
That's
other
fine.
people can't get on stage and sing, and you don't go, what? You can't get up on stage and sing? Huh?
Right.
Yeah, so I just accept it. Okay, I'm rubbish, and that's fine.
Okay. Well, how did you end up in Japan? I mean, there's a story. Like give us the back notes.
The back note is single, living in Perth, Western Australia, high school teacher. I know I've got the talent to, sing and act, but, too scared to leave my hometown, and got we have this thing called long service leave. So I apologize to the American listeners who were just like, what? You just get money after working for 10 years to 3 months salary to go off and have a sabbatical. And so I left, and I was in London and got so sick of looking at sightseeing and doing all the things that Australians do. Go look at the motherland, and decided to get a job in Japan teaching English, and ended up in Japan. And landing here, it's like being a kid again. Like no one knows, oh, you're one of the Burke girls, because I'm one of 7 kids. They're just like, are you from Russia? Are you American? you know, there's no backstory. And you could say, no, I'm actually Nicole Kidman's sister. And they'd be like, yeah, Nicole Kidman. I mean, it was just incredible. So all of your failures, all of your insecurities, you're like, I don't know if you've seen a comedian, Catherine Tate, but she's got a hilarious thing where, you know, you can just say, yeah, I can do that. Can you speak Swedish? Oh, yeah. You know, it's a great sketch. Look it up, everyone, if you want a good laugh. It's someone being incompetent who thinks that they can do everything. But, yeah, I just said, sure. And it's because I was the age I was 31, I was old enough not to be, as we were talking, like, be stupid or, oh, this chair's uncomfortable, I can't work like this. I just knew this is incredible, the gigs I'm getting. I'd never get this back in Perth. And I started making really good money and met my husband. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
You met him in Japan?
Sorry? What?
You met your husband in Japan?
Yes, we're like the unicorn, the foreign couple. I met a man who wasn't into Japanese women. Sorry, because every other man who's here has got a Japanese wife, so it's very rare. The unicorn foreign man married to a foreign woman, and then there's the other unicorn of a foreign woman married to a Japanese man, because Japanese men don't really find Western women attractive.
Oh, interesting. Huh. That's one country I'd like to visit.
Oh my God, you'll love it.
Yeah, only because I'm really tall and I just want to see everybody's reaction to me walking down the streets. So are you tall? Do you get funny?
Yeah, how tall are you? I'm about 5'8.5", but with my big hair, it's like a 5'9", which is another reason why Japanese wouldn't like. I'm just taller than all of them and bigger and louder.
Yeah, I'm 5'9", so yeah, it would be a thing. It could be very interesting.
The younger Japanese are taller though, so that's it's just the older generation. Like the oldies, that they didn't have very good nutrition, but the young ones now are, you know, they're doing great. So they're tall.
Okay, very good. All right, we digress.
Oldies but goodies.
Oldies but goodies. So you end up in Japan. You end up getting this gig. This voiceover gig for the train. You're the train lady.
Yep. And I've got all singing. I've got lots of singing gigs.
Okay. And so is this how you mostly spend your time now, singing and voiceover, or what else are you doing?
What a fabulous segue. Wow.
She's good at segueing.
As a matter of fact, it is not. Like, here's something I prepared earlier. So, actually,
we want to know about that thing.
Yeah, so I dipped my water into being an entrepreneur, which is basically knowing nothing and just asking people, how do you do this? How do you do this? And I founded a heat pad company, and I worked out that you don't need a degree in business to book a ship, or so I've got a successful export business, and then for years it has really got on my goat whenever I leave Japan that the toilets outside Japan are not nice compared to Japanese toilets. Australian toilets, European toilets, American toilets. And because I tour as a singer, I get to see a few loos. And I'm a confident person, but in Japan they have this device in every toilet, and it's a toilet sound master.
Oh, it's like white noise. Is that what's coming out of there? Just some white noise?
That's exactly what it is.
To mask the nonsense that's going on.
So instead of the poop spray, which has become a thing, which masks the scent, the poopery. That in my toilets here at the office. This is a sound.
So, okay, what is the protocol? You walk into the stall and hit the white noise button?
You sit down. So in the past, if this was invented in the 80s, so the Japanese have had this for decades, because there was a drought, and the Toto is a famous toilet maker, and they've noticed that everyone's saying, don't flush, save water, and no one was taking any notice. And women, in fact, would do something called a double flush, and that's where to cover any sort of wee plops or farts, we do the double flush.
It's men do it.
It's a courtesy flush. Thank you. So men do it as well. So they said, okay, if we could make a sound that sounded like a double flush, would you be doing? Oh no. So they came up with this idea, and now it's in every toilet. We're talking high school toilets, primary school toilets, public toilets.
Wow.
And so it's not only for your to save your embarrassment, it's to not to disturb the neighbours. So just out of courtesy, can you not have to let the people on either side of the stall listen to you?
Not be human.
No one wants to be human. Yeah.
Oh, I had a little too much kimchi last night. This is coming out.
The Mexican.
Good thing you got that. I've got the courtesy device that masks all the.
So let me guess. All the stalls, public stalls in Japan, probably the walls go right down to the floor.
Pretty much.
Aha, that's what's different too.
That's a nice thing.
Yeah, and so that's a shock when I come to America, and you can actually see people. I can look at people washing their hands through the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm spying on the people who are washing their hands while I sit on my throne. That's making sure their back is turned. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my goodness.
So you sell these devices. Are you only selling them in Japan or outside of Japan?
Well, thank you for asking that. We sell them worldwide, and we ship them from Japan by. Oh,
did you say ship?
It's activated by a sensor. So we ship them from Japan anywhere in the world. We're getting orders from the US, which is fun. And if there's anyone out there who's a fan of mine from my singing and gaming, if you send me a message, I'll send you a little autograph.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're a geek or a nerd, I'm a big deal, you guys. So you get a free autograph.
We're gonna get to that, but I want to know about the ship masking.
Plop. Stop the plop. Yeah, plop.
What is it actually called? I mean, you've got to have a name for your device.
Oh, sorry. It's called Royal Flush.
Flush.
Just Google Japan Toilet Sound.
Really? Okay.
And it's a flush with two H's at the end. One of my friends who's a writer, she's like, oh, I feel terrible saying this, Donna, but you misspelled everything. Like there's an extra H on the Royal Flush, and it's like because it's like Royal Flush.
Yes, I get it.
And in Japanese, this device is called what's it called? Otohime. It's a sound princess. So you feel like a princess when you sit on the throne, and no one can hear you, and you can leave the stall feeling like ta-da.
You can make an entrance into the comedy
area.
You need to buy one and like override it a little bit, and then put extra sounds in there. And so when you're in there and you sit down and it starts out with something like the masking, and then it goes into the next phase like, oh boy, it's a big one. Here it comes.
Yeah, actually, we're thinking of a second. There is a device that's I can't show it to you, but the next one up. So this is the basic device, but the next one does have different sounds you can pick, and we're thinking of putting one in like artillery fire. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Like.
The gag version, the funny version of it. That would be a great like white elephant gift.
Yeah,
that's a perfect white elephant gift.
Oh my god!
Because your toilet, Lynn, your guest bathroom,
it's right there.
I've seen it. You don't let me use it. You tell me you need to go to the third tree on the left.
No one wants to use it.
Go to the basement.
Go to the basement.
But no, that my
it's pretty close to the kitchen.
Is close to the kitchen, close to the TV. It's like right in the middle of the action, and
nice to have
over there. Yeah,
you can have one that encouraging device, the encouraging Royal Flush. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
Come on, I believe in you.
Well, next time you come over, I'll send you to the guest bedroom upstairs. You can use that one.
Ooh.
You need privacy.
It's just nice to relax. It's just like to not know that someone's listening. I've got a toilet right next to my living room as well, and a friend. I don't mean to be racist, but he is American and a loud peer. Maybe because he's 6'5". So he's by the time his pee hits the Japanese-sized toilet bowl, it's like Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it's a long way down.
Yeah. So this just gives him a bit of privacy. Gives us like we don't want to hear that.
Relief.
Yeah. Relief inside and outside. But I'm thinking we should have had this I went to a girls' school when I was a kid, and just the sheer terror of someone walking in and hearing you, and yeah.
Well, it's better than the nurse opening up the bathroom door when you're in 4th grade.
The nurse?
Oh my gosh.
Really? Why?
Accident, because the door wasn't
Oh.
locked. Come on, you've
Traumatized
never
you.
had somebody open the door or the
Yeah.
stall
Yeah.
door, forgot to lock it, you
Mhm.
thought
Yep.
you did, walk in, and you're like, I'm in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do it. It's nothing.
It's
Nothing
okay.
new.
So,
Yeah.
how long ago did you
It's-
start this
yeah.
business?
I just started this year. Yeah. So it's
This was
a
your
very hard. It's hard.
moment for an
What was-
entrepreneur was to come up with a shit masking device.
Well, 10 years ago, honestly, it's just been driving me nuts for 10 years, and I'm busy with my career and stuff. And it's just like, God, why would? And I gave it to my friend, the tall peer, and like I wanted him to have an entrepreneurial. It's going to be a hit. It's like a no-brainer. Like the whole of Japan has it. We've got 30 million tourists coming here every year, and once you have it, it's like toilet paper. Once there was no toilet paper in toilets. And then people say, oh, I went to this toilet and they had this paper and it was really soft.
Right.
It was amazing. We just used leaves and newspaper before that. And now everyone's got toilet paper. You don't think about it. And that's like this, just like once people get that they can have it, then they'll all want it. So
Yeah.
Where do you mount it on the tank? Where does it go?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, imagine I'm sitting on the toilet, so it's right usually next to the toilet paper, and you just wave a hand over it because it's a sound set, so you don't have to touch it, and it emits the sound. And if you're going a bit longer, then you can just make it, do another wave.
Yeah.
So you don't. It's very hygienic. You don't have to touch it, and it just keeps. So 40 seconds, 80 decibels. Do your research, people. If you're finding you're louder than 80 decibels.
Wow.
80 decibels.
Yeah.
If you're louder than 80 decibels,
You can
And I
go
think
to
just get a chainsaw to mask up your
actually, that's a great sound. I'll save that for later.
Okay.
We've got battle artillery fire. We've got chainsaw. That would be good.
Siren. Siren.
So,
That's a good one.
what have you learned about starting a business? I mean, I want to get into more questions, but I want to get through. Here's our next segue. What have you learned about this as being a business owner? Like bringing a product to market is a big thing. I'm sure you had to find a company to manufacture this, deal with storage and shipping and accounts receivables and all the boring stuff. People are like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to fall asleep.
International shipping.
What'd you learn? Anything?
Well, because I learned with Hotties heat pads, which is this product here. So I learned 20 years ago. I did the same thing. This is again. It's made in Japan, and you have them in America. They're heat pads. Well, you probably don't need them in. Oh no, you get anyone with back pain would have this. So you open it up, and it's air activated, so it gets hot.
Oh yes, yeah.
And it lasts. So especially if women with period pain, endometriosis, back pain, even if it's hot, you would need this, and it lasts for like 14 hours. So I learnt, and this is a big seller in Australia and New Zealand. I export like about 1 million pads a year. So so I learnt that how to do it, and it's just by asking people. So how do you do this, and who do you recommend? And but then this thing is back in the day, there were things called magazines, and you'd advertise in a magazine. But now it's like everyone's on Instagram. So I'm having to learn TikTok, Facebook advertise. Everything's completely different.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I honestly, so I got to tell you this. I thought when you pulled out that heat pad, since you have the Royal Flush.
Oh, you thought it was
this was like a heat pad for the toilet seat to warm up your bum, that you would put it on the edge of the seat.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know it's not. Although you could probably put 2 of those on the toilet seat, and then you'd have warm cheeks.
Right.
Well, in Japan, all the toilet seats are heated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. If only
they don't have well-heated houses, so.
Oh, they don't.
No, so that's why it's like the whole house is freezing, but at least the toilet seat's warm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I spend enough time. Linda will tell you, I spend a lot of time on the toilet anyway. So now, if I'm in Japan, I'm spending twice as much time just so I can stay warm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have thought
goodness.
the kimchi would have made it quite a quick experience, but then
That's
yeah.
so good for your system. That's like
It is.
great for your
Probiotics.
microbiomes. Yeah.
Got probiotics.
All right. So
Yeah.
I think we've covered enough about
The toilet.
the toilet side of things. Should we move away from the bathroom and segue to this? There's this poster on the wall behind you that says Metal Gear in Concert.
Yep, that's
And
from
this
Paris.
is the next super from Paris.
Yeah, that's from a concert in Paris.
So Lynn asked you, how did you get into all these things? And you said, I'm a singer who's got talent.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was in the right place at the right time.
And so was this while you were in Japan? Is this how you landed?
Yeah.
I mean, you do what? You sing for video games, anime, and what? Help me out here. Finish my
I could sing at a wedding for the right price. Funerals. Yeah.
But I mean, I heard one of the songs, we were listening to it, Glassy Sky. Glassy Sky,
Yeah,
and that's from Metal Gear, right?
No, that's from an anime called Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul, and it's a beautiful song, and you have a gorgeous voice. But how the hell do you wind up in singing for the songs for anime and video games? Because my daughter and shit, I almost said son-in-law. He's not my daughter's boyfriend. In case you're listening, he's going to propose to her around Christmas time. By the way.
Oh, exciting!
Well, not now because you've just ruined it. We all know.
Trust me, they don't listen. They've already made the decision. They've already decided. He already asked me, by the way, and I said, I got news for you. Do you enjoy your kneecaps?
Oh, geez.
Because if you mess with my daughter,
they will be gone.
Tommy Ward's going to come and sing out of key for you. But anyway, how did this happen for you? I mean, tell us, again, backstory leading into.
So, yeah, I landed Japan, an answer an advert, and I start singing at weddings near Tokyo Disneyland. And I was like singing weddings, 6 weddings a day, which the classic wedding song here is Amazing Grace, by the way.
Oh,
that's a funeral song back home.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So singing
you
that.
Sing all 16 verses of Amazing Grace for people. You cut it short.
No. So, and then through that started getting gigs singing TV jingles, and from there was asked to sing for this movie called Gundam the movie, which is a huge anime. Live orchestra, Yoko Kanno, who's like a famous. She wrote the music for Cowboy Bebop. She's like huge star. And back in the day, like being a woman in the studio was just like, I was just so in awe of her. Yeah. So, and it's like anything, you just do a good job, and then it leads to a better job. It leads to a better job. And the ones that are not good, you just say, oh, sorry, my calendar's booked up. I'm busy. Or if that's a great thing about being freelancer. You can just say, sorry, you're an asshole. Oh, no, sorry, I'm just busy. Yeah. And I'm talking about asshole spelt the correct way, which is ARSEHOLE. Not asshole, not donkey hole. I'm talking bumhole here, people. Yeah.
And if you have a problem with your bumhole, you could buy a Royal Flush.
Yes.
Cover it up.
That's why. Yeah. There's no business if for assholes. I only want assholes because they're the ones who need. Yeah. So that's how I got into it. I just got, and because the other good thing is being the very rare white female in Japan back then. Because it was a lot of my friends just left. The romance scene was not good long term. A lot of women come here, love it, but then there's no long term sort of relationship that they can get, so they just go back home. So, and I'm very easygoing. So my message is talent is cheap. I know. I used to run a talent agency. Talent's cheap. I'd rather go book the B grade voice than the A grade talent with an attitude. So if you're just even that's my advice. So many talented people, but their character lets them down.
Okay.
So you just go on and that's it.
Be
I
a
guess
nice
we're
person.
done. Really, thanks. Appreciate it, Donna. Thanks for all that.
Thank you.
The depth conversation about how you landed, singing for some of the biggest anime series and top selling video games in the world. But y'all have a great night. See ya.
All right, can you tell us, like, of the anime series, which you said Tokyo Ghoul, was that an anime series or a movie?
That's Gundam. The movie is really old, so that probably people can't find that. But that came out in 2001, and then I actually from there I got an audition. I auditioned for Silent Hill 2, and then I got that role, and then I got the role for Silent Hill 3, which Carrie-Anne Moss, that Canadian cow, ripped me away from that. That movie role should have been mine. Anyway, so she played my character in the movie, which is Claudia, batshit crazy, British accented cult leader. Of course, I was born for that, being born a Catholic, and so that was great. And then part of my audition was having to eat a vomited, aborted fetus Messiah. And I'm like, what? I've got to watch someone vomit up baby Jesus and then eat it. And they said, yes, and then you go batshit crazy.
Oh.
Got it? And I nailed that audition. I nailed it.
Oh.
On the grey carpet of Konami, I absolutely, went for it. And so that was a really fun role to play.
Sometimes when people, they say, can you cry on demand? Like, go, and people can cry.
Right.
There you go. It's like instant vomiting. Right? Watch this.
No, eating the vomit. So watching someone do it, and then eating like crunchy baby, bloody baby. I know, and people wonder why I don't play these games. Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
Those games are a little over the top.
Yes, I don't do video games. I don't watch anime. I know of them, but
you have a man-child that entertains you all day
I know.
long,
Well,
so.
yeah, he doesn't do that either. So,
no, but he's shown me some of the videos that entertain him.
Oh, yeah.
If he's like, here, look at this, it's like.
It's usually dad jokes 9 times out of 10.
That's good.
I know. Yeah.
So you audition for that, and Carrie-Anne Moss gets it instead of you. And
yeah. Of course, she probably, if she met me, she'd say, Donna, that really helped me inform the role. I'm sure she would. But yeah, so got that role, and then I just read on Twitter that Hideo Kojima, who is the director for Metal Gear Solid, he wanted this other Australian singer to sing this song for Metal Gear Solid, which is hugely famous. It's When Heavens Divide. It's a beautiful song. And apparently she was out of the country, so he got me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I got the role because some other person that he wanted for it wasn't there. So again, lucky. And then I was in an interview with him, and he was like, oh, you're the train voice. And he said, can you do that voice for anything? I'm like, yeah. Actually lying, because the train voice really isn't my voice. I just put it on. And so I got
actors do it, right?
You're
of course I
acting with your
can
voice.
ride a horse and do sword play and do
I
martial
too
arts.
can fly a rocket to the moon. Sure.
Yeah. How high can it be? I was just having YouTube that. So you could see the lights going off, and so he got me to do the system, the sort of guidance of the last game that he did with Metal Gear, which was the Phantom Pain. So I got to do the train voice, saying, helicopter approaching, sandstorm coming in 5, 10, 16 seconds. That sort of. So I'd never shut up during that game. So millions of people have heard me, and that was from the train voice.
So do you get a script? I mean, you must.
Yeah.
And do you have a couple takes just to get it a passage together? And okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Oh, no.
You could do it all. It's just so simple, Lynn.
It's super simple.
Start with your announcer voice.
Hi, I can't
really.
I don't know what announcer voice is.
Listen up, folks. Today in the show, we've got the Memorial Weekend sale. Come on down, Lynn, and get your new sandals for just.
Except that's not a really fun for video game. Huh? That would not be a fun video game.
No, it's not a video game. I'm just talking about advertising.
Coming soon on Sony's PlayStation. Who got their new sandals?
You did one character though. I was looking at some game where it's like you're this character with these.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Dr.
Gonzo
Coyle.
arms.
No, I've got long arms and I punch people.
it's-
But back in the day, I couldn't do any acting with an Australian accent. No one wanted an Australian accent. I had to do British or American.
Huh.
Really? And which
Yeah.
type of is it? Just like neutral American, or can you throw in like?
Well, I don't know.
California
I have been to Georgia, and I don't know if this is a good Georgian accent, but that sort of whole southern thing. You say you want tea? Is that iced tea? Is that hot tea? I mean, you need to use your words. I don't understand what you're saying, because
Can
that's
you
how I
say-
felt when I went there. They couldn't understand my accent. I had to talk like them.
I want you to say in a Georgia accent because you're good. Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh, bless your
Nailed it.
heart.
You got it.
Oh, my Lord. You are such a darling group of people. My heart
You
goes
got
out
it.
to you. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's
Nailed it.
exhausting being that nice.
I bet. Yeah.
Far out. I don't know how they do it.
Just have a spot of tea and roll on with it. It's
But
Well,
no,
here's
normally
the
I
thing.
just do a straight, American
American
accent. Yeah.
accent. Yeah. Middle of the country accent.
But I like to do Emma Thompson. If I could get a role doing Emma Thompson, because I can totally nail her voice, and she doesn't use her mouth that much, and she puts her jaw forward a little bit. But I'm absolutely a huge fan of hers. She's great. Love her.
She is.
What was her Nanny McPhee? Give us a little Nanny McPhee.
Nanny McCreed. I'm not so good at Scottish accents. What happens if I turn into Irish?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nanny McPhee. Isn't Emma Thompson? And Late Night with Mindy Kaling movie where she plays a newsreader, an asshole newsreader,
Mhm.
spelled ARSE.
ARSE.
Listeners.
You could do Emma Thompson from Love Actually.
Oh, there you go.
Well, actually, that was Emma Thompson.
Yep.
Finding out that her husband.
Sorry, I missed it slightly.
It'll be
It
done
was
in a
my
minute.
fault.
God, I'll never forget that scene
My
where she
fault.
finds out her husband's cheating on her. Oh my God.
But it was Alan Rickman. Come on, can you do Alan Rickman?
Well, actually, most people can do Alan Rickman because you just get your mouth close to the microphone and you don't open it up at all.
Oh my
You
gosh.
guys have to do,
This is the most
Slither.
boring question I've ever had. And you notice I'm
Snake.
very plosive, very boring. There you go.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Bubble bath. Bubble bath.
We can do this.
We can do this all day.
Roll on it.
So
See
here's
what's fun.
a rando question. Since you're doing voiceover, you're doing voiceovers and you're voice acting, AI and voices. There's a big stink here about they'll mimic your voice and they'll call your husband while you're out of town and say, "Hi, honey, it's me. I need wire me $1,000 or whatever." And my husband and I have had to come up with a code word just in case that happens because my voice is out on there.
Or you
out
could
there
just
on the
walk in the other
podcast.
room and ask him.
Well, if I'm out of town, which I am a lot lately,
Thanks for announcing it to the world that
Oh,
you're not home.
Lord.
Who's
Okay.
going to protect your husband when you're
He
not
will
home?
be
If somebody
fine.
comes up to,
He will be fine. Believe me, he will be
Should
fine.
just do
Anyway,
Alan Rickman voice and make the
Yeah,
robots go
right.
away.
but do you worry a little bit about your voice being ripped off and being used in a way that you're not aware of, B, this AI voice is being compensated and you're not personally?
It's so inevitable. Already everyone's watching TikToks and stuff with fake voices.
Yeah.
It's I think I'm actually thinking of licensing my voice, so because it means getting ahead of the curve. And I've been approached by this very reputable AI thing called 11 Studios, because it's like it's just it's really terrible. It's inevitable, and I'd rather have people be able to access my voice and get payment for it and feel like they're doing the right thing by me if they wanted to. And already now on the Shinkansen, for years they've been using a terrible fake voice to make up for the next time I'm going to be in the studio, and people contact me, "Oh, there's a terrible." So Yeah.
Yeah, I never. I
yeah.
guess. How do you go about licensing your voice? I mean, I understand licensing imagery and music, but voice, that's a whole new frontier.
Tommy,
So
hold on. Tommy's back there looking. So just hold that question because you're going to have to repeat it because I'll forget what you just asked.
Okay.
But this gentleman sitting back here does what you do. He sings at weddings as well and other things. Tommy Ward, what I always say, he's a jazz singer. Professional jazz singer, and he does all the crooners and Smoky Lounge, and actually he's working on a pop album now. Kind of, sort of, yes, maybe. Let's do it. So I'm sure this question interests him as well.
Yeah. So licensing your voice, how does that work? You said you're working with a reputable firm, and so what's the process you have to go through?
So the process, when I say voice, it's just the just speaking voice, not singing voice. So. Okay. But for years in Japan, they've had the Vocaloid. They've had the Vocaloid, like people if you put in on YouTube Vocaloid, people have been able to create music using an AI voice. So, yeah. So what you do is 30 minutes of recording, and then you upload it to their website, and you can use a fake name. I probably use my own name. Like, people want to use my voice in their fun little game, or if they wanted to, just. And you can request on it that they can't use it for pornography or, selling arms to,
Okay.
You can request what
Oh, interesting. Okay. I had no idea that was, you could do that. Yeah. That's really interesting.
It's kind of spooky that people would want to use your voice in those things. Maybe we should.
What? License my voice? Will you license your voice?
Well.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not that important that anybody would really want to do this. Other than torture my family.
You know what? Your voice would get mimicked and used in a pizza commercial.
A grocery store.
All the time.
Right.
Folks, welcome to the grocery store. In aisle 6, you'll find that on sale in the 3rd row down in bin 4.
No, I'll be the one over the loudspeaker saying, do not write checks. Writing checks holds up the line. Use a debit card or cash, please. Move along.
Move your blooming ass.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, oh, well.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah, I think you got a good voice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
What do you think? I'll put you on the spot.
Don't
what do you
put
think
her
of
on
Lynn's
the spot.
voice?
Oh my gosh, that's
Donna?
not fair.
I think she's got. I think that's. You've got a real nice mum voice. Spelled M-U-M.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a mum voice.
Yeah. How many do you have, kids or fur baby?
No.
Nope.
No, I have a fur baby. And one
If you listen to the Deborah Fine episode, that is a question you do not ask.
Did she repeat it again this time?
Sure did.
Okay, so story about me. I don't have children.
Donna's like, oh shit, what did I just do?
No. It's okay. You didn't know.
No. Get rid of that expression on your face.
No, it's okay.
Fine.
It's
okay. We're gonna make her cry now.
And this was going so well.
It's going well.
Damn it, Darren had to go in and F it all up.
No, Deborah Fine is a woman who helps people with the art of small talk. And she's really great at helping you get into good situations and then out of sticky, uncomfortable conversations. And one of the things, no, it's not. One of the things that's plagued me since I got married, a long time ago at this point, is it's always, you sit down on the plane. Oh, so do you have kids? Perfect strangers. The first thing out of their mouth is, so do you have kids? And I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. You want to put them at ease. But I'm not comfortable. I'm actually tired of hearing about it.
It's barren like a desert down here.
No,
thanks for asking if I have
I'm
kids.
free.
Okay, good.
I'm child-free. I love it.
I am high five to Japan.
Yeah.
There you go. But anyway, she said, take a breath and look at them and say, oh, why do you ask? And then that kind of puts them back on their heels, and then the conversation about kids are over. But there have been a couple times that I've wanted to say, well, the last time I checked, 4 of them were still with Department of Family Services, and one was at Harvard.
That's nice.
just to get them to shut up and leave me alone. But the point is, in polite conversation, if you don't know a person, you got to think of a different way to start a conversation out other than, do you have kids? What do you think of the weather? How do you, this flight's crazy. Where are you heading? Why are you heading there? And I'm just using a plane as an example. But anyway,
I would love it.
It's pervasive.
Where are you going? Oh, I'm heading here, but I'm so glad I made it through TSA.
Why?
Exactly.
I got it. Because I'm a convicted felon.
Just let them sit on that for a while.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, I get that now. Yeah.
I'll take a middle seat anywhere else, but not next to him.
Yeah.
Next to the bathroom. Just get me out of here.
Yeah.
But so what's one of the wackiest gigs that you've ever had to do besides the train and anime? Have you had one?
Cool.
The train's cool. It's
the bullet train.
Her
voice is on the bullet train.
That's on my bucket list.
Okay.
You did
wackiest job is I had to write the lyrics for a toilet song. So that a Japanese charity was doing this work, like UNICEF type work in villages in Asia, teaching children about what a good poo looks like. What a good poo looks like. So a good poo, Darren, Mr. Kimchi, is supposed to look like
look at the camera. Oh, like Dairy Queen.
It's swirly.
Yeah, like Dairy Queen.
Soft serve.
Yeah, soft serve ice cream. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get sprinkles on that?
Can you sing a few?
No, thanks. Maybe if you're a dog, because the dogs like eating poo, but so that was my weirdest one. I'm sure when I get off the call, I'm going to think of something even weirder and go, oh my God, I forgot that. Yeah.
Are you able to sing a few bars of the song or the lyrics or anything?
Fortunately, no. I could try and find the toilet song, but then I'd be disengaging from this conversation. But
okay.
I should have prepared it.
Measures at least.
She may not remember.
There was quite a few. There was
Nobody's going to know it.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's bananas.
Because it does get in your head. It
does.
As your guest would know, when you're singing something and writing lyrics, it gets in your head. So I'm really glad that it's out of my head.
I bet they were runny lyrics, maybe.
Runny lyrics. Oh, you're still
sorry.
Oh, they were stinky. They were stinky lyrics.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I want to know. I mean, you pointed at that poster before, and you said that was a Metal Gear in concert in Paris that you did. So this is a thing? Like you're performing video game and anime songs in concert, and people are paying to sit in the audience to listen to you sing these things. Is this a big deal?
It's a big deal.
How big is the venue?
That one is probably about 4,000 people. Usually, last year we did NHK Hall, and I'm going to boast about this because I tracked down the original singer of Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid, and the whole internet's like, where is she? She's gone underground. Turns out she's got a Facebook. She was there all along, like in clear view. Cynthia Harrell, and she's actually from Atlanta.
Really?
She lives near you guys, and her family is music royalty, and her brother is called I think Ku Harrell. If you look up in Wikipedia, he's like the producer for Beyonce. This woman I've heard called Rihanna. This other woman you may have heard of, Celine Dion, Britney Spears, yeah. So Cynthia's family is like music royalty. And she came over to Tokyo. She hasn't been here for 20 years, since the game came out 20 years ago. So that sold out. That was like 3,800 people. That was amazing. The fans came out to hear her because and her song's less than 3 minutes, and they're just like, loved it.
Wow. So tell me, what's the largest crowd you've played for?
I want to say 2,000.
2,000. He's in there with you. He's in there. That's a lot of freaking people to be standing up in front of.
That's a lot of body heat.
That's
like a lot of diarrhea beforehand, let me tell you.
For you.
Oh yeah, a bit of a splurter Burke, they call me. That's when they get the nerves. Yep, it's better out than in. Which is another reason why having a royal flush in the toilet, the dressing room toilet, because the makeup lady's right there, is just a courtesy to everyone.
Do you carry one of those in your handbag
No,
or
because
pocketbook
I
just in
should
case
when I
you-
leave Japan, but like,
You should.
but the problem is you can get a sound device, but the time is, no one wants to sit on the loo like trying to find the sound device. When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean,
You do.
I gotta say, there's some public restrooms around here that are so janky that I'm pretty sure that sound device would have been ripped off the wall after day one by somebody else to take home with them.
True.
Just really
Yeah.
nasty. But dang, that's a big crowd. And how many concerts were there? Was it just the one time in Paris, or were there?
There was just Paris, New York, and LA, and but nearly every year except for COVID, we do it in Tokyo.
Okay.
And I'm actually talking to people now about Europe and America because Metal Gear is blowing up again. So next year there's probably a new game coming out. If any fans are listening, I actually don't have any knowledge about this. I'm just guessing that the new game, a remake, they're zhuzhing up a game that came out 20 years ago, and they're making it like a brand new thing. So the whole new young group of fans are going to be all over Metal Gear. So my star was sort of going a bit down.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to go up again because I often say Metal Gear, and younger people are like, I think my dad plays that.
Okay. Two questions. Well, one's a statement. So
Yeah.
one, if you're constipated, instead you just play like this.
Oh no. That would make me more backed up.
And then maybe it'll help you move along.
No.
But on a more serious note, besides all the anime and everything else, what do you enjoy singing the most? And do you sing other songs and genres professionally besides that?
To be honest, I think game songs is nothing more. Excuse me, I got a cough. Wait.
You're fine. Let it out.
There's nothing more. They're so dramatic. They're just so like they're about war and death and planets colliding. Like they're literally so epic that the emotions that it's not like fly me to the moon. Yeah, thank you very much. And you think, what did I have for dinner? That's right, I'm gonna, like it's just on autopilot. Like, oh, that guy over there looks fun. But yes, Rose, where this is just so, and a symphonic orchestra, 70 people, like boom, boom, boom.
Oh my gosh!
All those harmonics going through you, the level of cooperation, the fandom, like having those people who've paid good money to just relive this. It's really like a pinnacle experience.
Yeah.
So when I sing those game songs and anime songs, like with a jazz band, it's fun, but it's not like epic. It's not like,
right.
It's like a drug. It's really like a drug.
Yeah. Here's a question. Do you work on a regular basis with a voice coach?
No. I work with an app. So write this down because actually it's an Australian app. You can buy it on the American. It's called Warm Me Up. And for the people who can't understand my accent, Warm Me Up in American accent. In Australia, Warm Me Up. That it's a bit expensive, but compared to like trying to get a teacher, it's probably about $15. But that is it constantly changes the exercises. So you can say, you can choose what sort of voice. I'm female high, female low, male high, male low. And then you can say, I've got 10 minutes to practice, and it'll give you a little warm up. It'll give you a thing. Or you could say, I've got 12 minutes to practice. And I often practice in my car. But also before I go on stage, I'll do a warm up in my room. And it's just been the best app, Warm Me Up, for anyone who wants to improve their singing.
Okay. That's wild. There's an app for that.
Of course.
And it's actually good for voice actors, like voice people. Like if you're feeling like, a bit, haven't spoken all day, like to do a warm me up in the car before you come to the studio, they will get everything. Yeah. Which clearly I didn't do before this podcast because I'm coughing and spluttering.
It's
Don't worry.
all right.
It's first thing in the morning for
It's-
you.
yeah.
You get a pass.
like 8 in the
Yes,
morning.
I
And I
know.
mean, drinking 2 shots of bourbon before you started the podcast episode because you were nervous to be with Lynn and I. We
That
understand.
was
We
private. That was
Our-
private, Darren. That was private.
understand.
I want you to cut that out of the episode. I don't want people knowing I've got whiskey in the teacup.
There you go.
What a diva.
I start the same way. I mean, I start my mornings out
I
with
have a
whiskey in the
public image.
teacup as
I have
well.
a very clean cut image to.
That's quite all right. I'm right there.
Yeah. Mm.
What?
Whoa.
My image is not clean cut. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it is to a point.
The point stops after the first consonant hits the page. And it's out the window.
It's out the window, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know we were starting to get towards the end and we want to respect your time, Donna. And, but how do people find you or find Royal Flush with 2 H's? Like, can they book you for a wedding? Can they just order the product? Just spew it
that's
all
lovely.
out for us.
Love it. I love it. Well, I think if I'm waiting for the Saudi princes to invite me out to sing at a wedding. I think if that's the sort of budget you've got, then contact me. You just put donnaburke.com, DONNABURKE. I'm on Twitter at the Donna Burke and Instagram. And for Royal Flush, just put in Japan Toilet Sound and you'll find us. And I'll ship anywhere in the world, and shipping's included, so don't that's included in the price. And what a great gift for, actually this could be a terrible gift for someone who's just like, what, did you go blood on the toilet? So actually I'll take that back. This is a great gift for someone you want to send a message to.
Or a coworker.
Yeah, co-worker that you intensely dislike. But actually, one of my sister-in-laws, she popped it up in the toilet at work just so that she can have a bit of peace. Because the great thing, it comes with adhesive, so you could do guerrilla. You can buy it and do guerrilla stuff and just stuck it.
Yeah.
And people are, where did that come from? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's there.
But
now.
I like it.
Let's use it.
Man, if we could,
Battery operated, and actually that's the thing, is don't put it somewhere where someone might steal the batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
that
So,
this
yeah.
is gonna release just do you do overnight shipping? Because I think this episode's going to come out right before Father's Day.
Yeah.
Don't know what to get, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Actually, Dad might be grateful. Not like if you think, oh, socks again, and it's like, oh, a gadget,
Right.
a toilet gadget,
I think I might like it.
and it's a conversation starter. So someone, like that lady that you were mentioning, Miss Deborah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Have you heard of the Royal Flush? Well, let me tell you about it.
Dude, it just
There's
Are
one.
you embarrassed at your toilet noises?
Yeah.
I've got a solution.
well, Donna, I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, my pleasure.
about this.
I'm delighted to be here. What a great way to start my day. Thank you.
We
Good.
appreciate having you on the show, and we want to thank Perspective again for being our sponsor. And some of us really enjoyed our drinks today.
It's good. It's
Is
very
it?
good.
Is it, Lynn?
Yes,
Is it really?
It's really
I
good.
couldn't tell.
I'm just so engrossed in the conversation. I forgot to drink.
That's even better. When you know that Lynn hasn't touched that beverage, you know you've done a good job, Donna.
Oh,
So
thank you. Mission accomplished.
we appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thanks,
Lynn,
mate.
for being back in the studio.
Yes.
Perspective, thank you for being our sponsor for the show. And everybody else, if you listen to this, thank you so much. This is a hell of a conversation today.
Yeah,
Quite
it is.
enjoyable.
Mhm.
It got shitty in certain points, but
It
it
did.
was really good all the way
Intentionally.
through.
Little sneaky too. Yeah.
And share it with somebody else and do us a favor. Subscribe. What the hell?
Yeah.
And you know what? We're going to talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Yay,
Boom. We're done, but
done.
we're still recording on video.
Yay,
No
congratulations.
worries.
You made it through our podcast.
That was fun.
I'm going to slide out.
Do you have any questions for her? Like get it wrapped up?
I don't. I'm good.
Okay.
Should I?
I don't know.
Can you handle it?
Yeah, I can handle it.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
You
You need
go.
to go get another drink.
Appreciate it.
You go.
See you, mate.
Okay, so all your social media links are on
You guys have any
donnaburke.com.
questions
So if I
on
go
this?
there,
Oh,
I
my
can
God.
Yes,
grab all
that's
that
right.
information. Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
No, what a delight, and thanks for having me. I really had a great time. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know when it gets released, probably, like we said, in about 2 weeks. And tell your friends, tell your family.
And I'll let you know if I get some sales from down your way, like in a sale.
Do a geographic target on where the shipping's and the purchases and the shipping's going.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Have a great night, guys. See ya.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Okay, so I text Darren.